Guys, welcome to episode 2. Well, no, I wouldn't even call this episode 2. Another episode, because we don't know when we're going to release this. Do you think you should be the first episode that we ever release? Do you want to be on the debut episode?
I mean, it'd be an
You'd be
honor.
like Chris Long for Pardon My Take.
Why, was he their first guest?
That's their first guest. This is Rear Admiral from Spittin Chiclets. I was going to tell you guys eventually at some point. Shut up, Mark. This is the second episode we filmed. I don't know if it's going to be the debut one. We'll see how it goes. If we did a dinner after RI picks up the tab, maybe I'll give you the debut episode. You know what I'm saying?
Papa Gino's, baby.
Yeah, exactly. What was I going to say, though? I want to thank our sponsors really quick, RA, because we know the sponsors propel the whole show, right? Okay, so Dave's Hot Chicken is the fastest growing restaurant franchise in the entire country at this point.
I gotta try it out.
I don't know how you still haven't. Maybe we'll go after this.
You haven't taken me,
I have no
man.
idea. Maybe I'll schlep you over there.
You haven't taken me yet.
Just locations popping up across New England once a month.
It's Nashville style chicken,
it's
right?
Crazy, yeah, exactly.
Nashville hot chicken,
absolutely. Yep, 1,000%. Started in East Hollywood. They're out here now. They started with a food truck in like a fucking parking lot, and now they're out here, just popping up everywhere. If you haven't tried, by the way, most recently Manchester, New Hampshire. Okay, here's another fun fact: the most profitable Dave's Hot Chicken in the entire company is in Manchester, New Hampshire right now. Guess what they did in sales last month? Opening month,
700,000,
191 grand. Wow, you really took a big swing right there. Jesus Christ!
You think I'm familiar with how chicken sells in Vegas?
I don't know. I don't know where your area of expertise lies. It's like BU hockey and like and
80s
like
porn.
Yeah, that's
VHS era.
Yeah, the VHS era porn. Yeah, exactly. And then obviously we want to also thank Top Dog Law, one of the top injury law firms in the country at this point. On a rocket ship to the moon the last 2 years, all up and down the East Coast, in Chicago, in LA. If you or a loved one, RA, has been injured at work anywhere at all, you need to call Top Dog Law immediately and start the journey to getting the 1, justice, 2, compensation that you deserve.
I was emotionally injured. Does that work?
I don't know. You might just need a therapist for that. I don't know if Top Dog
definitely need some therapy.
I think you might be injured even more than that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm definitely
There's a physical injury somewhere.
I can swear, right?
I don't know where, huh?
I can swear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely fucked up upstairs.
Yeah, you are, yeah. There's a lot going on. I think you need a Band-Aid at some point. You know what I mean? I don't know what kind.
More than that, yeah.
So first things first, first thing I want to get into is, obviously, listen, co-founder of the #1 hockey podcast in the world. That's it. In the world.
Some say the galaxy,
at the top of the leaderboards.
Thank you.
Top of the download charts. The top of everything. Chiclets is a fucking iconic movement at this point in the hockey world. I want you to just listen. I know you've told the story like 1,000 times. Give me like an abridged Spark Notes version of how this started. You and the Wit Dog. Just tell the people.
Okay, Ryan Whitney. Knew him on a casual basis. He was obviously local boy made well. I was the Bruins blogger for Chiclets. He was one of the OG athletes who was reading Barstool early on. So he had been reading my shit for a while, and obviously I knew who he was, local boy, 5th overall draft pick. So I bumped into him a few times, at North Star, the bar that used to be across from the Garden, RIP.
I forgot that place was called the North Star.
It was. We finally got a good bar
there.
What
was it? Hold on, the North Star is what now? Because the Causeway was the penalty box, right? Where Causeway is.
Yeah.
Next to the hub.
With the I don't even know what North Star was. It Hooters? Was it Hooters or no Hooters?
Oh yeah, no, it was.
Was it Hooters?
Yeah, you're right. Yep. Yeah, you're right.
So yeah, I bumped into him there, bumped into him with Sarah. So I'd say casual acquaintance. Hey, what's up? We'd shoot the breeze a little bit. So when he was officially retired, after he finished the NHL, he went to Russia. He actually finished in Sweden. He basically retired middle of the game. He just he knew he was done. He stopped for second period. He's like, I'm done.
The fucking Vontae Davis move.
Yeah.
Do you remember that guy? Remember the guy from the fucking Colts or whatever a couple of years ago?
Yeah, he knew he was done during the game. And he come home. It was December 15th, 2015. And thank God I was on fucking Twitter that day. And he said, hey, I want to start one of these podcast things, talk about ABC. And he actually wrote trending topics. We still goof on him for writing trending topics with. And he tagged Biz in it. And Biz is like, buddy, thanks, but I'm playing for another couple of years. And I replied half jokingly, kind of half shooting my shot. Oh, a partner, eh? And fucking 5 seconds later, Witt's in my DMs. He's like, are you serious, Ari? I said, there's a fucking heart attack. Because I was looking to start, a pod. I did a couple with some of the Barstool guys, but, I wanted more than 200 listeners, you know what I mean? I was hoping to get something like that, with stature. And I says, I'm serious as a heart attack. He said, you had a podcast. I said, I'll learn, because I knew he was.
It's just a matter of that's kind of what happens when you get two people in the right place at the right time. You know what I'm saying?
And
that's really how it goes.
That was December 15th, that first tweet, and we had our first episode out right before the Super Bowl in February.
Do you remember what like the conversations were on the first episode? Do you remember like what like was the news cycle, I guess, in that time?
You know what's hilarious? I was going through my fucking Google, your Google account that you always got to fucking delete stuff because they want to pay more money. I stumbled across the Chiclets episode 1 was October of 2016. We did about 15 to 20 before we were Barstool. So the very first episode I found actually not too long ago, and it was just me and Whit just shooting this shit. Literally, we had a note with 5 bullet points on it. We were just riffing. And what's funny is how much we actually, before Biz was there, how much Whit actually laughed at my jokes before he came along. Dude, we had great chemistry. And me and Whit, we're pals, but we don't hang out on the regular. We didn't grow up together. We're not best buddies going way back. But
He's a South Shore
chemistry,
kid,
exactly. Right, there you go. But chemistry is a funny thing, man. He's a masshole, likes to talk a lot. Same here, and we just clicked. Obviously the sort of jock nerd factor as well. So yeah, we had our first step out right before the Super Bowl. And, it was very raw, rudimentary. I was basically the producer. I would put it on GarageBand, could save the file, send it to... Send it to Charlie Wisco. Shout out Charlie Wisco. He's an old intern from Barstool.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Charlie Wisco, very, very key member in the early years of Chiclets.
Underrated.
Huge.
Wow.
Dude,
he's like your guys like Manzo.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
We would send him the file, and he was the one who upload it to SoundCloud. So we were a combination Wayne and Gotham,
what
SoundCloud
happened to
rappers.
Charlie Wisco?
He was what Barstool. I don't know if he was a employee or if he left as an intern or what. I think he just cut bait and left. I don't not everybody wants to stay there.
A lot of people come in and out of that company over the years.
I mean,
Do you remember? So we just talked about Chris Long being the first guest on. Part of my take, which is, I would say, as far as Barstool podcasts go, it's you guys and PMT. As far as how big the show is. Yeah. So, in that vein, who was your guys' first guest? Oh, come on.
No, I'm trying to think if it was on I'm trying to think if it was, our first guest was on Zoom or if it was in person. I'm having a hard time remembering, 8 years ago. It could have been someone over Zoom. But
somebody's got to be able to find this somewhere.
No, I can. Well, see, I can honestly do it. I mean, I'm fucking brain dead anyways. But it was 8 years ago. I don't remember when we did those pre-Barstool ones before Dave signed us or brought us in.
It had to be somebody that Whit played with, fairly recently.
No. I know the first in-house, the first people we had in the same room with us. It was either Krug. I think it was Torrey Krug. We had Krug, Eichel. And then Hazy and Gaudreau come by one night. That was, I think, the 2017. I think that was a year later when we started doing them in person.
Holy shit! Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, anyways, back to it was me and Whit, and it was just fucking shits and giggles. We weren't making nothing. We were just having fun, trying to get a thing going. And I got an email. Hey, I would get emails all the time. Hey, the show's great, but your audio sucks. You need help, which we knew wasn't my forte. And but everyone's from out of state. I was we needed someone in the room, and I got one. Hey, I'm a big fan of the show. Blah blah blah. I read the blog. If you ever need someone, reach out, Mike Grinelli. And I said he's from Burlington. I said, I saved it because he was local. And this is a funny story, dude. But Grinelli owes, I don't want to say his career, but KFC, obviously a Barstool.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, his brother Brendan, who used to work there. So
did KFC radio.
Yeah. So when me and Whit was starting out, I reached out to Brendan. I says, hey, me and Whit are going to start a pod. I don't know what's the equipment I ordered, and he sent me a link. So I ordered that link, and it was a podcast, but it was for a podcast for one. So not for two.
He's an idiot. That's
so me and Whit, we look like we were like two girls, one cup the first couple shows. We're gonna have the same mic for the first couple shows. So
that's fucking hilarious.
So what happened? What happened was we couldn't. We needed two mics. So Danny Picard. I don't know. He's done a lot of.
Why does that sound very familiar?
Yeah, he's some Saudi kid. He's done a lot of sports media. He's had podcasts. Great kid. So he had an old mixer, and I said, Dan, we need two mics here. We can't work off one mic. So he come by and he brought a mixer for the two mic things. So we did the first few shows, and one day we were sitting there. Like I said, we did no outline. We were just off the cuff, and we were about 45 minutes. We were on a fucking roll, hilarious. And I went to go hit pause or stop, and the fucking thing the mixer was fried. It had stopped. But because you don't have a producer there, I didn't know what I was doing. So we were probably talking for 25 minutes when it was dead. So I was like,
every podcast. Excuse me. That is every podcast person's nightmare.
Yeah, it wasn't a guest. It was just me and Whit riff or whatever. And I goes, oh, you know what, dude? I goes, I literally got an email from this kid last night. Literally the day after Granley's email, the borrowed mixer shit the bed. So I called him because we did need someone there to, do the ones and twos. But because fucking Brendan Clancy gave me the wrong link, I fucking got the one. So I had to borrow the other thing. If he didn't send me the wrong link, then Granelli most likely doesn't end up with the gig because the board,
you're right.
The board won't shit the bed and
Holy shit.
I mean at that time, and I mean it may have, but either way, so we brought a Granelli and then Dave, Portnoy, who obviously I was blogging for fucking probably 8-10 years already at that point. Holy shit!
You were with Barstool for 10 years.
I've been with Barstool after. Consecutively. Now, Jerry Thornton was there before him, but he left. He went to EI.
Jerry's one of the original Four Horsemen, right?
Love Jerry, yeah. But
we got to get Jerry on this pod. I've talked to Jerry a couple times. Wicked nice guy.
Yeah, he's the best. I love him. But he actually taught me how to, not write blog, the blogging itself, how to put all the links in and shit. But he left. He went to EI.
For a while, yeah.
But after Dave, the longest consecutively tenured fucking Barstool guy is me. After Dave.
No shit.
I've been in 2000.
What I never understood is, why did, Manzo and these guys never want to come back aboard the pirate ship? Manzo was good.
He was great. Yeah, not everybody. I don't know. Maybe going for that brass ring. Maybe,
I get. Yeah, I get it.
Manzo, I met him a few times. He was a great guy. I don't know him very well, so I can't really speak to.
Where's he from?
I think he was from somewhere in New York. I think.
He was a New York guy. Yeah. Oh, right. He was a Yankee guy. Right. Yep. You're right. You're right.
So so I had a relationship with Dave for a while. He obviously knew Whit. A local fucking athlete who loved the pod. I mean, I love Barstool. So
the early days of the stool really were. I discovered the stool in 2009. I was a junior in high school. Guys, a couple kids found out they were a year older than me. We're all in a computer class and read this site. It's fucking hilarious. And this was back at the time for all the older stoolies, right? When it still said at the bottom of the page, keep reading, bitches. I don't know if anybody remembers that.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucking great.
That long ago, and you just would click the thing and go to the next page and just see what was there. This was also the time that I think they just hired Feidelberg.
I don't know.
They just hired, because if you remember, he was the Red Sox guy.
Was he?
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
Until Carabas got hired, yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
I think so. I'm not sure. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, some stoolie in the comments will.
They will.
Yeah, they definitely will. I think that's the time I know that's the time. I'm trying to remember if it lines up with Feidelberg getting hired, but whatever. Anyway, it's crazy to see how much, how far the company came. Oh, it's just fucking wild, man.
Dave would have never imagined this either. But back to the OG Barstool days. Here's how I got fucking the gig. This kid, Dave. I told the story to Dave when we had him on Chiclets. He kind of disputed it, but I mean, everyone's memory, whatever you remember, how you remember it.
Sure.
This kid, Justin Rebello, his name was. He was the Bruins blogger, and this is when the blog was it was only Boston. It was Boston centric, and I was never into the comment. I was like, oh, these people are the biggest fucking losers. But then here's Barstool. It's all Boston. It's all Bruin stuff. So I was like, oh, I'll get a comment the name here, and I'm going to use a college nickname that only 15 buddies know me by. So when they're on the site, I was like a joke proxy for the boys. So when they went on, they're like, oh, that's Magoo making a joke because only those guys knew me as Rear Admiral. But this kid, Justin Rebello, he called Glenn Murray a playmaker.
Not true, by the way, for all the older Bruins fans. Yeah. Glenn Murray was about as
Sniper.
Up and down
40
of a goal
scorer
as you possibly could get. Just an up and down goal, just a power shot right winger.
40 goal right winger, exactly.
40 goal right winger. That's what Glenn Murray was.
And the comment section, well, this is just funny. They were polite society back then. They basically revolted, this kid don't know what he's talking about, blah, blah, blah. Huh?
I figured it would have been the opposite. I figured it would have been fucking World War VII. Comments back in the day.
Today, it's all the comments are such. They've been trash for so long. Some of them are funny, but there's just so much trash out there now.
They had so many good commenters back. I can't lie. Sometimes I go to the stool and I just read the comments.
Oh yeah,
based on whose article it is,
they're just,
or blog it is.
They're just. I don't know. They don't do it for me like they used to. But
Diarrhea was a great commenter for a long time.
Who?
Diarrhea, the guy who was remember the guy who was the Chargers fan? He used to show up in the comment section and write different shit.
Well, there used to be a message board too. You probably never on the message
board.
No,
I didn't. I wasn't there. Not there, but I wasn't following when.
So this Rebello kid, Dave whatever turfed him after everyone was complaining. So literally the headline. This is how long. Like need new Bruins blogger. Send samples to Portnoy, whatever. That was the headline on the actual blog. Like picture that fucking today, right?
Yep.
So I was like, oh okay. So I wrote a blog based on the game before, the night before,
Sure.
versus the Sabres, and typical Dave fashion, no reply, didn't hear back. little later, boom. There's my my fucking blog on Barstool. And that's like, front page of the paper. That's like huge as a journalism major nerd, all that shit. I was like, holy fuck.
Oh, so you were a journalism major in college?
Yeah, I was running
shit.
I was running the school paper when I was a sophomore. Yeah, I was fucking, yeah.
Oh, wow. Is that kind of a nerd alert moment, you think? Like running the paper?
I mean,
not really?
people call it a nerd, but
No, that's kind of cool, though.
It's like a class. I mean, I was a class clown, but, fucking.
So,
yeah.
can you really quick, before we keep going with the stool thing, what is Rear Admiral? Because I never could figure out where this came from. I'm like, is this some character from a fucking TV from Gilligan's Island? Or
No,
some
just
shit?
one of my 17,000 nicknames. Just
where did that? Do you want to get into the genesis?
You kind of your basic college sodomy-inspired nickname. That's about it.
Fair. Okay. All right. I mean, I get that's about as PG as you can get. Okay.
That's the truth. We can go into details if you want later,
Yeah.
but I mean, let's stick with this
Sure.
spot, and then we'll get to the ass fucking later.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah, we'll. That's on the B-roll. We'll put it on the B. Stick it on the B-roll.
So, anyways, I threw my sample blog in. Didn't hear back from Dave, and there it was, slapped up, which was kind of surprising. And he didn't say what name do you want to use. He just used the comment name. So that's how Rear Admiral became my sort of name. But even then, it was like only like fucking my 15 of my college buddies maybe knew of me by that name. And then I was doing that, fucking 10 years before we started Chiclets.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's funny. I was, it's sometimes like I tell young kids, and not that you want to follow my advice. I didn't hit fucking paid until I was middle aged, but like I tell kids, if you do nothing happens, right?
Yeah.
And I kept writing, hoping to get a writing job, but that whole time, Mark, I fucking showed Whitney I knew what I was talking about. I'm not an X's and O's guy. I know what I don't know about hockey. But when Whit fucking said, "Oh, you're serious, RA?" Like I had fucking all those years I wrote. He knew, basically I was essentially auditioning for him. So, I was trying to be a writer. And with my big fucking mouth that got me hired. So, I'm glad I stuck with it because I wasn't getting paid. And Dave was upfront about it. One thing about Dave, he tells you how it is, and he's like, RA, I'm never hiring a Bruins guy, but it's your blog as long as you want it. And I'm like, okay, you can't argue with that.
My thing is like, the thing I've observed about Dave is like, I really don't hear, like, listen, there's people that don't like him for a bunch of different reasons, like just like people in the media and stuff like that, whatever reason you don't like Dave. But I never hear that he like 2 times and lies to people.
No, Dave
like he never like really like it's like, oh, Dave promised me this and then fucking that didn't happen.
More people should be direct and blunt and honest like Dave. But I think adults should just be fucking. Sometimes it might not be what you want to hear, but it's it's what you gotta hear.
No, I mean, like, listen, you could think Dave's a prick all you want, but at least he's not fucking dicking people around and making false promises and shit. You know what I mean?
Dave's not. I mean, I can see why people might think they don't like him, but Dave, I mean, I've been with Dave long enough. I can look myself in the mirror being potting up with Dave. Like, he's a good egg at the end of the day.
Can you, to segue into this next part, can you tell us about, obviously you're like a Charlestown guy, grew up in the 80s, 90s, right? Can you tell us about how big of a deal hockey was around here at the time with Hockey Night in Boston, the Bean Pot, how BU fucking had a chokehold on this city as far as like, BC, I feel like never had the support of the city that BU had or still has. I still look at BU as like Boston's college hockey team.
See, when I was in the 80s, BC had a lot more local following, I'd say, than now probably because it was more local.
Really?
I mean, like my cousin went there mid to late 80s. My cousin Billy Nolan. And it was a lot of, like, if you look at the rosters, a lot of Massachusetts kids on BC back then. Yeah. I mean, there was still, BC was much more considered like a local college, like local kids there.
Richie Bracci, fucking Billy Guerin, right?
Billy Guerin went there.
Billy G was a fucking,
Dave Emma, Stevie Hines, the fucking.
Is Billy G a Franklin guy? Where is he?
Wilbraham.
That's right.
You know what Wilbraham's the home of? Come on, Mr. Massachusetts, you don't fucking know?
Wilbraham with the home.
The home of.
This is an RA fact.
It's the third. I wouldn't say best of the ice cream places in Massachusetts. There's Brigham's, Hood maybe, and then this place.
Hood.
Hood fucking hoodsies, dude.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Yeah, no, you're right. When I think of it that way,
you're
right.
Brigham, I was thinking of another local one, but either way, Come on.
So I forget. I don't know. I genuinely don't
Fucking
know.
friendlies, man.
Oh shit! Are you serious?
Yeah, you haven't seen the
No,
big,
what the
big
fuck?
fucking sign? Well, it's like a sign made out of like grass, not my kind of grass, like regular grass. It's like Wilbraham, Homer Friendlies, right on the
Are
pike.
you serious?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Fuck yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's hilarious. I genuinely didn't know. That's a super fun
Man,
fact.
there's some weird, wacky stuff. I did not know
You
that.
do. I was gonna say you are like an almanac for like Massachusetts, like pop culture,
so
and
let's-
history and shit.
When I say like I'll beat Elon Musk in Jeopardy, I'm not like joking. I'll like he can be smart like engineering ways. Jeopardy's about the categories, man.
It really
it's all
is.
about the categories.
Yup,
I'll roll
if
the
you
dice
get the
with that
right
idiot.
categories, buddy,
Yeah.
guess what? I'm walking with 25 G's
Yeah.
that day.
Yeah.
Me against some kid from MIT.
I fucking roll. I roll some nights. I'm like, oh, I wish I was there fucking tonight.
You know what I'm like that with? Family Feud.
Oh,
I would be a professional Family Feud player. If
Dude.
all else failed and they had a pro Family Feud league, I guarantee you I'm the MVP of the league.
do you ever watch the old ones with Richard Dawson, the guy
When
who
he's
kissed
like
all the
making out with
broads?
people
Oh,
at the fucking thing.
dude, like-
you want to talk about shit you couldn't do nowadays?
Oh my dude, like honestly, any game shows from like the 70s and 80s, dude, it's insane the stuff. And nobody batted an eye because it was
No.
like the world was the world then. You know,
No,
nowadays,
everybody was
fucking
just
going
like, guys were like,
canceled,
hey, your tits look great and
Yeah.
fucking this, that. And they're like, nobody fucking cared. It's like, holy shit.
yeah, like
dude.
the original Newlywed Game, like with wow.
Oh, that shit, dude. I used to catch
Wait.
those reruns on at night. It was
Yeah.
on not TV Land. What was the other fucking channel?
Buzzer, maybe.
Maybe.
So there was one episode. It was like, "Where's the weirdest place you and your husband made
Making whoopee.
whoopee?"
Yeah.
And she's like, and the girl, the wife answered, and she goes, "In the butt."
It's fucking hilarious, dude. I
Fucking-
remember-
they
That's
went no,
like-
like outside or a hotel room or
Yeah,
like
a car,
fucking-
maybe
or
a
Cove
park
in Hawaii or
something
some
like that.
shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
yeah,
fuck.
that was pretty taboo for 1969. Yeah, exactly. You
Yeah.
can't fucking really.
Oh, dude, it's just
Dude,
like
that's fucking rich. What else was I gonna say? Fucking.
We're all over the road,
but,
yeah.
but a lot of great hockey. Charlestown's
oh
a
yeah,
hockey
it's.
factory.
I mean, obviously Jackie O'Callahan was on the Miracle on Ice team.
How
And
long did
then
he play with the Blackhawks?
he was there for a few years. Yeah, he had a pretty good career.
7,
for
8
himself.
years, about solid 7, 8.
You know what? Probably about that. I'm not fucking.
Well, the problem with
memorized.
I feel bad. The guys back in the day, man, they got hurt once and like
They
that was really it. You
Yeah,
didn't
they-
have you blew your knee out, you were done. You popped your shoulder, you were done. You
Yeah,
know what I
and
mean?
they,
Like,
they had to do like landscaping during the fucking summer to pay their
Legit,
bills
yeah,
because
exactly.
they didn't make shit either. Yeah, we had Jackie O'Callahan, who actually lived down the street from me, and then Jimmy Vesey a couple years later, Tommy Fitzgerald, like those guys are like. Those are the guys we were. They were our idols, our heroes growing up. You know, like I mean, Jimmy Vesey. Everyone looked up to him. He was at Christopher Columbus High School.
Mm-hmm.
They won the whole thing in '84, and like my dad's buddies were the coaches, so we went to all the games. I mean, they were like, it was like the Bruins and then like the Columbus Friars, like
Right.
when we were kids growing up. Like I said, yeah, Jimmy Vesey, Tommy Fitz. Basically, Tommy had moved to Bill Rickett. He was young, but they were, all fucking, Charlestown ancestry.
Right.
Their parents or grandparents, whatever.
and the kitchen cup is still just like a fucking it's. I'm so glad. Like, good for them that it hasn't changed. It's fucking. It's a scene.
You ever play it?
No,
Yeah.
no, I can't rollerblade. Believe it or not, I've never been on rollerblades in my life. I skate 3 nights a week.
You're not gonna believe this. Neither can I.
But yeah, that's why. All right, I wasn't looking to get like really put into like shell shock at this podcast, but the fact you just dropped that. What was I gonna say? But I love that it's still got the same energy about it and shit.
Yeah, I was down there this year. It actually it started. It was originally the Dunny Cup back in '93. A friend of mine who passed away, Jimmy Donovan, great guy, passed away.
Rest in peace.
Sadly young, and there was the Dunny Cup for the first several iterations of it, and then it morphed into the Kitchen Cup at a certain point. But yeah, it's a good time. That and obviously the rink. We got the Charlestown skating rink where Doug McRae would go count his money after he did scores in the town.
I will tell you this right now: the Charlestown ice is fucking phenomenal in that rink. It's like glass.
That's the rink I didn't learn to skate in because I fucking sucked.
I'm glad they changed the lights fairly recently. They put new like
A little
really
brighter,
nice
yeah.
it was a little bit dark and dungeony, but the ice has always been mint in that rink.
And yes, well, you mentioned the kids street hockey. It was always. I mean, that's like. I remember playing that in the open, and I lived down Michigan for a little while. They're not people out of town call them the projects. They're subsidized, but they're not the brick projects. So I remember, we played the openings there. I mean, I'd fucking play, and that's when I became a street hockey goalie because I was a little brother, and he always had an automatic goalie. So my brother, they'd stick me in there.
That was your identity in the hockey world? Just a professional street hockey goalie?
Basically, before Chiclets, I mean, I played growing up. I mean, I'm not fucking. That wasn't like Eddie Belfort street hockey or anything, but like. Yeah, I played all the youth the town leagues and stuff. I played all the time, and I mean, you don't have to be that great of an athlete. You just got to get in front of the ball.
Yeah, so like I know guys that are like phenomenal street hockey goalies that like never played ice hockey.
Yeah. It's just just getting between the fucking ball and the net, basically. And I liked it. I getting thrown in there by my brother and his buddies all the time. It fucking prepared me to whatever play for intramurals and fucking
we talked to Steve Cardillo about this last night. Just like the way that the 70 and 72 Bruins changed like youth hockey.
Oh yeah,
in this state and region. Because my dad's 59, so that was his like childhood teams, and he was like, you saw it everywhere, just popping up. And like Steve said it last night, he's like, you couldn't drive down the street without like kids moving a net out of the way for cars to come and shit.
Bobby was like the Pied Piper of rinks in New England. I mean, they built so many goddamn rinks. And like
wasn't there like 20 and then they built like fucking 100 or something
I don't
like
know
that?
the exact numbers. I know they built a fucking shitload more
Yeah.
after Bobby Orr and the big bad Bruins.
What's your best memory of the old TD? Can you tell people about the old TD Garden? Because I've heard stories about how it was just like... Did you say
the old TD Garden?
I meant the old fucking Boston Garden. Sorry, you're right. I know, it's my fucking...
Yeah, I was actually at the very last Bruins game ever. It was not the exhibition game versus Montreal in September when they had brought Norman Levier out. The last playoff game ever, the one that fucking didn't know if it was going to be the last game. The only time I ever saw a fucking wave at a Bruins game. A wave. That's how desperate Bruins fans weren't wave people.
I don't know that I kind of wish you didn't tell me that.
No, but listen, the reason why, because it was... I want to say Game 5 versus Jersey. If they lost, the season was over. That was it. So people were just they were down one. People were so desperate to fucking keep that garden open one more.
You got to be so desperate to go to the wave. It's not even funny.
Buddy,
I detest the
wave.
I
hate the
How
fucking
do you feel
thing
about
too.
the wave, Aaron?
I fucking hate it.
Right. Okay. We're out on the wave.
But
This
if you were
pod is
there,
out on the wave.
you would have been like fucking Billy Crystal and Harry Met Sally, just like everybody else in there, fucking standing up when it came. But the whole place was doing it because you're like, if they don't score, fucking this is it. The garden's closed. We're done. We're never gonna have a Bruins game here again. So fucking wait, call for the wave.
So you
man.
were at that game.
I was the very last playoff game there. I was
Did the Devils win the cup that year? 95.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
that was Shanahan and them, right? Kirk Muller.
No, Shanahan was on the Devils. He won it with Detroit. Shanahan didn't win it with the Devils.
Wait.
They beat Detroit. They swept Detroit 95 that year. They won it.
Hold on.
Brendan Shanahan was on 95. He wasn't on the.
He didn't win a cup with the Devils before he went to the Red Wings. Can somebody? I'm totally fine if I'm wrong on this. I'm just trying to figure this out. Look up Brendan Shanahan's playing career. Did he win a cup with the Devils? Yeah, because Pep was on that team, dude. All right, I'm telling you.
I'll bet you
Claude Lemieux and
I'll
shit.
bet you $20 that Shanny didn't win a Devils Cup. Yeah? Wait,
I'm a reformed gambling addict.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry.
RA.
Buddy, fucking...
this?
You can fucking...
I'm getting enabled on my own podcast.
I was going to say, I don't want to fucking out myself with my bad
Imagine
habits.
this. I was strong until this point already.
I'm
now
sorry,
we
but
can look at this.
yeah.
This is incredible.
Come on, tough it up.
Somebody's got to tell me something at some point here.
Never won one with the Devils. Only Detroit.
Fuck.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, lunch is on me after this.
All right, you know how many he won in Detroit?
02.
I feel like this is a trick question.
He won
98.
3 of them. Well, no, they won. Oh, it was 97, 98,
97,
and
98. They went back to back, and then they won in 02.
And then they won it in 08 because I was there in Pittsburgh when they won it.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, I snuck
Did you sneak into that body?
I snuck in the locker room.
Oh, my God. How do you do This is another thing we got to get. What was the first one you did, Tampa Bay?
Tampa Bay, yeah. First. Well,
But, how do you do it? Because the Wonton Don, I got to give Donnie a lot of credit. That Super Bowl sneaking is crazy.
You just act like you're fucking on the place. Act like you're supposed to be there, and people assume you're supposed to be there.
No one thinks anything of it. You think it would be way harder today? Yeah, right? It's got to be.
I don't
With,
know.
badges and
I don't know.
shit.
I mean, I snuck into 3 blues parties in Vegas fucking a few months ago when they won the cup. So.
Really?
2 or 3, yeah. One of my kind of Trojan horse amongst a bunch of
You're
Swedes.
sure Big Walt wasn't in there being like, hey, just
No,
like
not that night. No, actually, going back to garden stories, Boston garden stories.
Okay.
I actually, growing up, I went to probably way more Celtics games than Bruins games because
That's fascinating.
because my father, one of my dad's best friends, had season tickets up section 99A, front row, like right way up in the corner.
Can I confirm, not a rumor, but an allegorical or anecdotal example here? from anything I see in the Garden, what my old man tells me, like the seats were fucking like, if that's the court in the rink, like the seat is me. Like you're just on top of the fucking action.
If
like
you were in the front row of the balcony, you go and hit the fucking center ice from
legit, right?
A good loogie.
And it was hot as shit in there.
Oh, hotter than a baker's ball bag. Fucking
Right.
the Celtics played playoff time. Yeah.
And it was just like, what would it just fog up in the summer? Like if the Bruins were in the playoffs.
Oh,
remember
yeah.
my old man telling me stories about going and watch them in the Edmonton against in the
they had to
Stanley
stop
Cup.
the game with
They had to
fucking all the
stop the
steam.
game with all the steam
Yeah.
and fucking shit, right?
I mean, Celtics. I was at 80 when the Celtics won in '86. I was there, and it was fucking probably 95.
Then what
degrees in the
happened
building.
between periods? People used to just go rip cigs up on the fucking concourse.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Like you're walking out trying to get like concessions, just people just ripping darts.
pissing in the sink because like there would be like 2 urinals like because the building was so old. You'd be like, dude, just like nowadays they fucking people call the cops on, but
Yeah,
dude,
you'd have
just
to register as a
it's like,
sex
but you gotta
offender
go
for that
this
shit.
fucking you gotta go piss in the sink. Oh yeah. So yeah, I went to because like I said, my dad's buddy had season tickets, so they always fell in my lap all the time and. But we'd get Bruins tickets here and there, but definitely went to more Celtics games. But
It didn't hurt that they were like dropping a title every single year. By
it's
the way,
fucking
that
loud.
must have been the
God.
best time to be
right.
a fucking Celtic
I wish
fan.
I honestly I wish I was about 10 years older just to appreciate a little bit more because I was a dipshit teenager for most of it. You know, when you're older, you appreciate fucking like greatness.
I
a lot
think
more.
I think I am the perfect fucking age for any Boston sports fan. I'm 32.
Yeah,
The fucking Pats won their first Super Bowl. I was 10. I just turned 10. I turned 10 years old that January. They won it in February. So that was the 01 Super Bowl. Or 02, technically, 01, 02, whatever the fuck. And then just think about everything from there on out. But I will say this, the Bruins did blow the 3-0 lead my prom night.
Oh, first Philly.
Yeah.
I was there. Yeah,
They lost game 7.
Yeah,
that was fucking...
Yeah,
I remember getting the updates
I-
in prom. I was like, bro, if I'm not getting laid and the Bees are about to fucking bomb this 3-0 lead, this sucks dick.
I think though, like obviously they won it the next year. I think they won the next year because I think that happened. I think
1,000%.
Yeah.
Which is why I think they kind of have a shot at a cup this year. I know they do this weird thing where like they get embarrassed in the playoffs one year and then they make a run. Like I don't know. I got a weird feeling. Jack, you're out.
No, I'm not out on the Bruins. I'm so disappointed by them in the most recent years.
Last year I'm still.
Last year I still have vomit
The way
in the back of my
the
throat.
way they butchered the goal. I mean, I said after game 2, fucking get fucking Swayman in. I could tell Olmark was off, and then fucking Weeksy comes out and says he had a debilitating injury. It was wicked painful. Then what the fuck do you start 6 games in a row?
I have
for?
no
They're not
fucking
starting more
idea.
than 4. Let's move on.
I know.
One last fucking Garden story. So, my parents had season tickets. They divorced when I was like 5 or 6, whatever. But they had season tickets from what I think was rookie year from 67 to like 73, 74,
shit.
whatever. So they were there with, Bob Mueller's goal 70, Mother's Day. They were at that game, and then they won it in 72. They actually clinched it in New York at Madison Square Garden in 72. But my parents were at all the games in Boston. So I was born May 24th, 1972. My mother was due, I think, May 10th. So I was fucking in the Garden for games 1, 2, and 5, fucking because my mother was out to here.
In vitro,
I had
what they call it, in
obstructed
utero,
view.
yeah.
I had obstructed view.
That's hilarious,
dude. But
obstructed view is fucking dead funny.
legit. I was like in the building, fucking. So I think I always say it's like some cosmic thing, like that's why I was born into like Bruins fan. I'm like,
Can I drop a hot
dropping like it's
hot take here about something you kind of just said? I'm gonna go on listen, you can't say this to people because they get all mad about it, and it's a very sensitive subject. The Bobby O goal against the Blues is one of the most overrated moments in sports history. Do you want to know why?
are these windows
Don't look at
open?
me like
'Cause I'm
that.
gonna throw 'em out
Hold
of
on a
one.
minute. Do you want to know why? Let me make the case. The Blues were an expansion team, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And they were in their own conference against, like, it was like an expansion conference
Right.
thing, right?
yeah.
The Bruins were also up 3-0 in the series. Mm-hmm. I don't. Yeah, I love the picture, man. The picture is beautiful. It's like an unbelievable picture.
Are you a communist? Or
I'm
something?
just saying that you can't tell me I don't have a case here.
I mean, how's it overrated?
It's like it's looked at as like a shining moment in like this I think like the Sox coming back against the Yankees is like is unbelievable. The Pats against the Falcons is like unbelievable. The first fucking Super Bowl win for the Pats, Vinatieri hitting the field goal, like that shit. The circumstances around that moment just aren't as heavy.
Right. Oh, I
In
agree
my
with you.
opinion,
I mean,
that's like what I'm trying to say.
They were
yeah.
sweeping an expansion team. And,
You were sweeping an expansion
Right.
team that had no business being
Right.
in the Stanley
And,
Cup
well,
based on how stupid the
But
league was lined up.
there was either way. There was going to be an expansion team in the Stanley Cup because they had their own division. They had the original 6-1 and the 6 new teams in another
Which makes
division.
absolutely
It was-
that's the dumbest
that's-
thing I've ever seen in
That's
my
the
life.
NHL. Stay hot,
Well,
NHL.
yeah, and that was also was that still during the time where like the team that won the Stanley Cup got the first fucking overall pick, which is I don't care what any Canadian Habs or Canadians fans have to say. Any Stanley Cup you guys have before that rule changed is fucking null and void.
Wait, the Stanley Cup winner, the first pick, really?
Yeah, that looked.
Well,
how do you think they got all these fucking guys?
Well, no, I know they had the regional like drafting. That's why the Canadians
No,
always
but
got
well,
the fucking
that
great
and
players.
fucking if you won the Stanley Cup, I'm pretty sure. Can I get a fact check on this?
Huh.
If you won the Stanley Cup, I'm pretty sure you got the first overall pick. Which is absurd. I don't know how anybody expected to get better that way.
Yeah. But yeah, going back to I mean, yeah, they swept an expansion team, but dude, it's like one of the fucking 2 greatest players ever, and when there's the drama of him kind of like sort of getting hooked, tripped, and then like diving through the air.
I think
that
it's
picture,
like the
I mean,
seminal Bobby Orr goal. Don't get me wrong. I think that goal and that image just defines him as a player perfectly.
yeah, the stakes weren't as high. I get
That's
what
all.
you're
The
saying.
only thing I'm saying. That's the only thing I'm
Yeah,
saying.
'cause
The
if-
circumstances around the event. The setup is beautiful.
Yeah.
The Turk made a fucking unreal pass out of the fucking corner. People don't give Derek Sanderson enough credit on that. That dish was
no,
that
absolutely
dish
they
out
do,
front
yeah.
is sick. If you watch the whole
Oh,
play,
absolutely, yeah.
he catches the puck on his
Sanderson
backhand and
backdoor.
and like just like redirects it out front. Like it's a great play. The circumstances
Yeah,
aren't as heavy for
I
me.
get what you're saying. Yeah, it wasn't because if they lose the game, then they're still up fucking 3-1. So
They lose. Yeah, that's fine. They lose the game. They're up 3-1. And what's the worst that happened? They're playing an expansion team. I'm
Yeah.
just like, you know what? Like, it just is. It's like the Jeter diving into the stands play. You know what I mean? Kind of the same thing.
yeah.
What is your seminal, like old Boston Garden moment?
Ooh.
Also, the fact that some random Chiclets listener like 3 years ago pulled out some picture of you with the bean pot in like 1987 with the crew neck T-shirt with
Oh,
the turtleneck on underneath.
that was-
It's like the craziest thing I've ever seen somebody pull up on
The
the
90. That
internet.
was the 91 beam pot.
The 91
I
beam
had,
pot,
I had,
whatever it was,
I had
yeah.
my 24 sweatshirt on. I was Keith Kachuk. I was president of Keith Kachuk Fan Club.
Yeah, that's fucking hilarious.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to show you if I can.
Oh, here we go.
I'm going to show you my seminal moment. Not a Bruins moment, not a Celtics moment. We can show it on the camera first.
Please don't tell me you saw the Stones at the Garden and you want to show the
Oh,
picture right now.
I wish.
know what's going
You ever
on.
hear this? You ever hear this?
I know where we're going with this.
No, buddy. I wish. Oh, I did see the Stones at the
You've seen the Stones like 9,000
new
times.
guy, yeah. But did you ever hear? The story about them? 72. Fuck, am I doing it? 72. They were playing the Garden, and they couldn't land in fucking Logan because of the fog, so they had to land in Warwick, Rhode Island, or somewhere in Rhode Island, and they fucking got pulled over by the cops, and fucking Keith Richards sucking like one of the cops. They got
Yeah, that's right.
they got arrested, right? So Stevie Wonder was opening for him. So like it's like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock,
What a show.
11, and so like
Holy
they
shit.
kept bringing Stevie Wonder out to play like another set, and like people like it was the 70s, fuck 72, people just throwing frisbees around, smoking joints all over the place. So Kevin White fucking calls up the mayor of Warwick, and he's like, "Hey, he's like, I need a favor here." He's like, "Oh, these boys assaulted a cop." He's like, Kevin White, I guess there was a riot in the South End. I don't know if it was like a Puerto Rican festival or something going on. Not that factual. I'm not being fucking old school Boston racist here. No, it was like some like there was a Puerto Rican festival and there was a riot or something. And he says, "Look, I got a riot in one part of my city. If you don't let those boys go, I'm gonna have another one in another part of the city." So the fucking Warwick fucking mayor let him go. They got to the Garden at like 12:30. They took the stage at like 1:15 in the morning. Fucking played like 2 hours. Fucking.
Oh my
Fucking
god, that
70
would never happen.
And
today.
dude, and that's when the Stones that's when you didn't know if they were gonna play a song for 3 minutes or 33 minutes, all whacked out, and everything nowadays like up to the second, but back then anyway. So I digress. So I gotta find this picture of my seminal fucking God moment. You're gonna love this one, buddy. You better recognize this dude too.
All right, if this ain't a Bruins or a Celtics game, this needs to be. Like,
I just
absolutely
said it wasn't a Bruins.
No, I know, but I'm saying it has
Yeah.
to. Like this, really, I got high hopes here.
Okay, you'll see right here.
I can tell you. By the way, I'm going to tell you what mine is. Even though I was never in the Boston Garden, I'm going to tell you my. All right, it's a pretty good one. This is good.
You know which one
yeah.
I am?
Huh?
You know which kid I am there?
Are you this kid on the bottom right with the fucking red polo?
Bingo bango, yeah.
Fucking you look, that's hilarious.
Look at the other, scroll through the other pictures too. Like,
wow,
dude, the first
he
one.
He was a fucking creature, huh? In a
mean,
good way.
He
this
was
guy.
a giant after all.
How
Andre,
big?
by the way, it's Andre the Giant.
How big actually? What? Yeah, it was meeting Andre the Giant for the people that can't. Oh shit.
Yeah, we can show it
for the people that can't see on the phone. It's meeting Andre the Giant when the WWF came.
Oh,
through.
when it was King too.
Oh yeah, it was a big deal. How big was he in person? Literally just like
they announced him 7'6". I think he was probably maybe 7. He was probably about close to 7 feet. I don't think he was 7'6". But
yeah, he wasn't as big as Yao Ming.
No, I think Big John Studd might. I don't know if he was taller than him or not, but here's my favorite picture. I don't know if you saw the fucking first one. It's like I was 10. I had 10 years old when me and my brother were at this thing. Which you fucking deleted? You fucking
it's 22 by the way. You
want okay, all right, we'll take it. All right, let me. Yeah, well, this one right here. Look at that, dude. Andre, like.
I love that.
That's
a great
an awesome
picture. Like, fucking picture.
He's
dude.
like that's Andre the Giant looking down at a 10-year-old kid taking his picture
that's
right
an
there.
Awesome fucking picture.
All right, let's take a quick fucking
take
TO.
a little, take 5.
I gotta do this like 10 minutes of work. I don't even know if
what's the line from Blazing Saddles? Take 5, smoke them if you got them.
Is it? I haven't seen it. I've seen it a zillion times.
So we left off just back from a brief break. We left off on the seminal like TD got like Garden moment. So yours was you met Andre the Giant backstage after WWF came through or whatever it was called at the time.
Yeah, it was still It was WWF at the time. Yeah.
That's fucking sick, honestly.
Yeah. So yeah, it was crazy.
Do you remember who he wrestled that night?
You know what? I'm pretty sure that was the night it was Big John Studd in the cage because Andre. Did you see Andre? He had a towel over his head.
Yeah.
Because he colored up that night. He bled that night, so that's why he had the towel over his head.
Oh, really,
night.
right? Okay.
But a couple other pictures were different nights that we were there. So how we used to get fucking hooked up was the Boston Garden was next to 150 Causeway Street.
Yeah.
So like people would like go up the elevator 150 Causeway and you walk the skyway over to the Garden because there was a garage there. So that was also where the sports service was. That's what the fucking with popcorn soda guys. My neighbor used to sell all the shit. This was back when it wasn't all corporate and you could fucking have your buddy's kid or whatever hanging out.
Yeah.
So he would kind of herd us to the back, like so when the wrestlers left the Garden and walked that skyway to go to the garage, we would just hang it out. And if they were friendly, you just go right up to them. Some guys would just walk by and ignore you, but like Andre the Giant, we got obviously the picture I just took. Like Hulk Hogan, like just basically every wrestler that was fucking popular then. But what me and my brother used to do, because I was a little shit, like until I was like 6. I didn't hit puberty until I was like 16. So when remember they used to walk the wrestlers out. Well, you weren't there, but you know how they walk the wrestlers out? There's like 5 security guards around them, right? Yeah. So when they walked them out, there's like a 2-second window where you could like dart behind them and go underneath where the fucking locker rooms are. Yeah. Because the locker rooms were fucking down on that level and walk out. So once you were down there, me and my brother would sit there. They thought, like, if you were there, you must be with somebody. We were 2 little kids, so nobody ever bothered us. So we would, like, sneak down, and then we would go up the stairs. So we were between the stadium and the Loge. So we would watch the match and then go downstairs as the wrestlers came in and out. It was just fucking cool. Nobody bothered us. We got the best pictures in the world. And one time, I kind of got freaked out. I was sitting there, and Iron Sheik walks over, probably the most hated guy in WW at the time. He's like, "Oh, little boy, are you lost? You need help?" I was like, because he's like this guy you hate, but he's being nice to me.
Right.
I was like, "Can I get your autograph?" He gave me his autograph. Like all the bad guys would come over. It was kind of weird.
That is cool.
You hated them. And I'll tell you, one night though, this was fucking in conclusion. Hulk Hogan and Paul Orndorff, Mr. Wonderful fought, right? Now when some of the matches they go back, they fucking fight in the hallway. They go back to the locker room, blah, blah. So they were coming, barnstorming down into that locker room area. And I was back there. There was like probably 15 people back there. Dude, they come in and they were fucking slamming each other off those, like the yellow cinder block walls. Like it looked like fucking a real fight. Like people were getting in front of me so like I didn't get hurt. And this wasn't in the audience. This was 15, 20 people watching it. So I was like, this can't be fucking fake. You know what I mean? Like these guys were flinging each other off the walls. So they separate them. Hogan goes in one door. Orndorff goes in the other door. I was like, holy fuck, blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, obviously, wrestling's fixed. So anyways, fast forward to 90, what the Garden closed, 95. I actually did a tour to see, I saw most of the building, but it was like they would charge $5 just to see shit I didn't see.
Yeah, sure.
So they take us in the Celtics locker room, and you're looking around, and then we go in one door, and then we go out the other door, and I was like, And that's when I realized that Hogan and Orndorff went right back into the same locker room together after they were just fucking slamming each other off the cinder block.
That's fucking
But
hilarious.
I never realized it until all these years later. Obviously, I knew it was fake, but I was like, oh my God, those guys were killing each other. And then they were literally in the fucking same locker room
That's
2
that
seconds
funny.
later. Yeah. So,
My seminal fucking.
saying it's seminal, I think it was like fucking sperm donors or something.
I was gonna say, yeah, no, it's my like big TD Garden moment. Actually, didn't happen till I was like, I think I was 19. My dad gets tickets last minute. And I start describing this. You guys are definitely gonna know what I'm talking about. Bruin Stars. We get there. As the national anthem is playing, we got low seats right off the bat. Boom, Greg Campbell and Steve Ott fight.
Oh.
This game, I was at that game. 5 seconds later, I think Ferentz fought Sotheby and dropped him. After that, McQuaid fought somebody. I forget who the hell it was. Sotheby got dropped, and then McQuaid fought some guy and worked him. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Thornton fought Chris Barch.
Okay, yeah.
Beat him. I'm pretty sure Chris Barch fought Sean Thornton like 5 times in the league, and Thornton beat him every single time.
What was that, 03 or 05? Something
No,
like that?
this game, 2011.
Oh, okay, all right.
Or 2012,
okay,
I should say. Whatever. 2011, 2012, this is. And it was just, we end up winning the game like 7-2. Like it was just the best hockey game you could possibly ask for to go to. I was also at the last regular season game. I think it was either 2010 or 11 that we played Montreal at home, and that's when that line brawl happened. I don't know if you guys remember this. Recchi was involved. Greg Campbell fought Tom Pyatt. Spacek tried to fight, I should say. I forget who. It might have been Ferentz. I forget. I've been at some really awesome fucking Bruins games, and that Stars Bruins game is the best hockey game I've ever been to in person.
I went to the Bruin Stars January 15th, 2006. See if you could find which one got which guy in there.
There's only one fucking guy. It's hilarious, dude. Now that's Tommy Fitz when he was here.
Yeah.
Marco Sturm. Is that Sergei Samsonov?
Sergei Samsonov. Mike Sullivan behind the bench.
Sullivan. I imagine
I gotta show.
if we
I gotta
kept
show
him, that
these
would have been
guys.
fucking hilarious.
That's how frustrated I was.
That was a
actually,
tough era for the Bruins
Yeah.
right there. Yeah, because my thing was my dad used to be the manager of this. My dad was the GM of this club called Tantra and another one called Pazzaluna up Route 1.
Okay, yeah.
And all the bees used to hang there. So the first
Bag over the head.
So the first guys he met were Tim Taylor and Robbie Tallis.
Oh wow, okay.
Because Tim Taylor just came over from, I think, Tampa Bay. Forget what. Oh no, he won a cup with the Red Wings. Tim Taylor.
Yeah, but probably what
98.
Yeah,
It's had to be 97. There was, I think, 97.
Yeah, he was a good forward, man.
And he just came over from the Red Wings.
Yeah.
And then them two come in. You know, my dad, introduced himself. Robbie Tallis was there. Obviously, it was Tim Taylor and Robbie Tallis. Then they brought fucking Jumbo. Jumbo was a rookie at the time. I'm trying to think of who else. Skillsy was the best. Skillsy was my dad's closest friend in the team.
He's a hot shit. Yeah,
Skillsy's
Hal's
the man.
Yeah,
so my dad built his condo on Hanover Ave in the North End. Him and his wife Ann.
Oh yeah,
They had Isabella at the time, who was a baby, and then she was pregnant like another year later with his second daughter. Who the fuck? Kenny Belanger. I'm trying to think of who else they used to bring in. Robbie DeMaio, Heinze. Like all these guys, all those late 90s Bruins, Jason Allison, all those dudes.
We got an interview with him coming soon, Jason Allison.
Really?
Yeah.
No shit,
no
huh?
bullshit. Yeah, we when we were in Southern Cal a couple months ago.
Where the fuck has he been?
Dude, he even said he goes after he retired because I think he had some conkies too. Like he was like I hermited, I disappeared for a while, and I'm not sure if his kid was a fan or someone reached out, dude. I mean, I was a fucking huge Jason Allison fan. I hadn't seen him.
Jason Allison was pretty good.
He was fucking fantastic. He was one of the best centers in the league, dude. He's a phenomenal passer.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Did he come over from the Kings or did he go to the Kings after?
Nope. It was the Bruins traded Rick Tocchet, Adam Oates, and Bill Ranford for Jason Allison, Anson Carter, and Jim Carey.
At the Canucks?
The Capitals.
Oh, that's right. The Capitals. Yep, that's right. The Capitals. That's right.
6 fucking
I know.
Guy. That's a huge
That really
trade,
is.
yeah.
Well, no. Then Ace went to the Canucks afterwards, right?
And who?
Anson Carter.
Oh yeah, he was.
He ended up going to the Canucks, right? And that was like
after the Bruins.
That was that was the early Sedin and like Naslin days, with like Trevor Linden still and shit.
I think.
Yeah,
I think it was at Edmonton before Vancouver. I think.
You sure?
Carter, I think. So.
I remember him with the Bruins, and then I remember him with the Canucks.
Yeah, no, pretty sure he did. Was in Edmonton before Vancouver. Either way.
Yeah, either way. I mean, either way, he ended up in Canada somehow. No, but there's been some big. It's funny, man, how like Bees fans, like we remember every random. Who do you think's the most underrated Bruin of all time?
Who? Wow. Most underrated.
Al Secord. Not a bad pick.
No.
Didn't he score like 50 one year? No.
I don't know if he scored. Underrated. Oh God, it's fucking so tough to pick one. Fuck. I'll get back to that. I'll mull it over without wasting.
Do you have an all-time favorite Bruin?
Yeah, number 8.
Oh yeah, you're a Neely guy.
I'm a Neely guy.
Huh?
Yeah.
You are a Cam guy.
We got him for an interview.
Can I tell you something right now? Honest to Christ, I am so fucking glad that Chiclets didn't do like the revamp image PR tour with somebody like Alf Samuelson. Because Abe's never really like Abe's never hurt anybody, I don't think.
Avery?
Yeah. Abe's wasn't really like a dirty play. He hit Marc Savard from behind in that one game and caused the brawl. But
he didn't ruin careers.
But he didn't ruin careers. Alf Samuelson's a piece of shit.
You
know what I'm saying?
It's funny. I saw a picture of him the other day because Jagger's retired.
Right.
And I was like, and it was funny. I was like, it's never come up. Like, I don't think we've, like, I don't know if there's desire to do it, but I was like, I mean, I'm a professional, it sounds, but like, if the boys want to do it, I wouldn't, I don't think I'd draw a line in the sand there because it's like, this is what we do, but at the same time.
that would be tough for me, to be honest with you.
I would be like, do we have to? Because there are definitely, I'm not going to say the names, there are definitely guys I know. There's no appetite whatsoever to have certain guys on. We don't even say the names. Like I think we just kind of know.
Well, I mean, think about it. That's like somebody asking me to interview Cookie, like Matt Cook. I'd be like, no, like I have nothing to say to that guy.
Yeah,
like,
him and no fight.
Absolutely not. No fucking chance.
I don't trust myself not to be a fucking wise person.
No, 100,000%. It's like no. So when you see when you have a player that you love and you see this person trying to like legit like hurt this part, like dude, you're like bro, like no, fuck this guy.
Fucking Samuelson fucking shortened Neely's career, man.
Yeah, just by not by being tough either.
Being
tough, by being a little bitch.
Fucking dirty
like
knee
being
on
a
knee.
dirty little fucking cunt.
That's why I get fucking triggered by knee on knee hits, yeah.
Yeah,
and
it's fucking...
You know, after fucking Gretzky scored 50 and 39, Neely's the next fucking one after him. 50 and 44.
44, right.
On one fucking leg, too.
Neely was a different breed, man.
Oh, he really
you know what
was,
the most impressive Cam Neely clip, I think, for me is? I swear to Christ, I looked this up the other day. Huh?
Dumb and Dumber?
That was fucking hilarious. You know he's the only person to be Seabass in 2 different movies? It's Dumb and Dumber in another movie. Somebody can look that up. I forget what it is. But he's Seabass in another movie, too. I forget what it is.
Really?
You know what it might be? Me, Myself, and Irene.
I was gonna. Wasn't he a cop in that though?
That's.
Oh, did they give him the same name though?
I think so. There's something with Cam Neely and like playing the same character twice and something. Feel free to if somebody in the production team wants to look it up here. It might be Me, Myself, and Irene. I'm not sure.
That's what I was thinking, but I thought he played what do you call it? Like fucking the cop in that, but unless the cop's name was Seabass.
Unless the cop's name was
maybe
Seabass.
Maybe a
I have no idea. Yeah, I have no idea.
Bingo Bango. Trooper Seabass.
It is.
Wow.
It is fucking. You like that little tidbit, RA? Little movie tidbit I just dropped on you right there?
Fucking dropping
Imagine
bombs
that.
on me, yeah.
Yeah, 2 Farley Brothers movies, I believe. Not a coincidence.
Yeah, they definitely are. Carey's fucking. Probably his best movie. Definitely his most underrated. The Cable Guy.
Do you think that's his? I think it's Liar Liar personally. But I do think the Cable Guy is criminally under. It's the perfect black comedy.
Exactly, because what happened? It was after one year. What do you have? Dumb and Dumber,
The Mask, and fucking Ace Ventura in the same year.
And he got $20 million for a Cable Guy, and everyone's like, it was a big fucking story, blah blah. And basically, like fucking. Audiences were too dumb to get it. I think they were expecting like another goofy comedy.
No,
and
it's the perfect black comedy,
dude. He fucking
or dark comedy, whatever you want to call it.
It is fucking. It's like jet black, but like he's fucking creepy. But when but when you watch it, you realize like his mother left him home all the time, and he fucking got beat up. Like he's actually a very sad. Fucking,
it's a tragic character.
It really is.
It really is.
But he's so fucking brilliant in that. Like the part when they're what's the fucking medieval times there? And he's
doing the jousting and shit.
When he's putting the fucking skin, the meat, the chicken skin on his face, and he's like, silence of the lambs. Watch Matthew Broderick's face, dude. He breaks, like, he's legitimately like laughing in real life at him.
What happened to Matthew Broderick, huh? He just went to Broadway.
What?
He went to Broadway.
Oh, yeah,
Think about it. You never really saw him like headlining after what, Stuart Little? To get into like nerd movie talk right now.
I think he did.
Now that no women are listening to the podcast at this
I think
point.
he was doing Broadway for a while, though.
He was.
Not
No, he
mistaken,
absolutely was. Well, his big thing was the producers with Nathan Lane and shit on fucking Broadway.
I think even before that. Too,
Probably.
Yeah.
My most underrated. Are we going back to the Bruins really quick? That we're jumping around.
Yeah.
My most underrated Bruin, I would have to say that I thought was fucking. It's not that he's underrated, but I think people forget that he was like a top 2 like Dennis Seidenberg. Dude, the German Hammer was a fucking stalwart. That guy was maybe the strongest guy in the fucking league. And dude, he played on the top D pairing with Chara.
He was unbelievable.
Like he was the top 2 D for like the Bruins, and like everybody forgets about this guy. Dude, the German Hammer was a fucking wall. That guy was a brick shit house.
Yeah, he was dynamite.
By the way, not to fucking chirp Army. The toughest fight I ever saw Army have was against Dennis Seidenberg. Did you ever tell you the story? Did you ever watch that clip?
I never heard him tell us.
No offense to Colby Armstrong at all. He got royally pumped by Dennis Seidenberg. Somebody pulled the clip up. He was on Toronto at the time.
Check the game notes.
Check the game notes. Yeah, I love how Army has a great sense of humor.
He's the best,
that
dude.
shit. He is a great dude like that.
He's a great Western
Look up
Canadian
that clip.
boy.
It was a random regular season game. And like, I don't know how Army ended up fighting Seidenberg, but like, I never saw Seidenberg fight until that. And I was like, thank God this guy doesn't fight more because he's a fucking tank.
Colby hit like a fucking train too. He leveled people. Like,
yeah, Army was a fucking Army was fucking legit. Like he was a good player. He had a good career.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
he had a really good career. Cam Neely moment. They're playing the Whalers, and he goes to fight this. Was it Steve Kleindorst? Jim Kleindorst or something like that. He's the captain. Captain of the Whalers.
Was he really? I'll play along. I don't know. Either way,
something like that. I was the guy's name. Something like whatever.
Captain,
and like
whatever.
Guy catches Neely after an exchange, puts him down, drops him. He wasn't out. He just got knocked down in the fight. Whatever. Neely comes back out like in the next period or something like that. Fights this guy straight up and just fucking shit pumps this guy. And I was like, that's the tough thing to do. Guy puts you down in a fight. Oh. You know, you can easily sit there and feel bad about yourself and fucking shucks. Yeah, I got hit. Like I went down. Sucks. That doesn't feel good. He just went out and fucking was pissed and beat the fuck out of this guy in the next fight.
He was such a fucking tough.
He was a tough prick, dude.
Did you ever see Monument Ave? The Dennis Leary movie?
No.
It was it's kind of a small budget movie. It came out in '98. It's a Charlestown movie. It's because Dennis Leary lived in Charlestown back in the '80s, like back before it was like way gentrified. And he made a movie about like for fucking growing up there in the '80s. It was really good. Like kind of
that's
like
awesome.
Like remember the Code of Silence stuff? With all the drugs and fucking gangsters and shit. Well, anyways, Neely is in that movie too. He plays like a yuppie who comes home fucking and a guy's breaking into his house when he comes home.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but he doesn't do nothing. He's kind of like a scared yuppie. But yeah, he's in that movie.
Yeah, meanwhile, Niels would have shit pumped this guy in a second. Yeah, that's hilarious.
Goes a good double feature with the town.
Who do you think is the toughest Bruin of all time? I really think it's got to be Taz.
I was thinking Taz or Stan Jonathan.
Taz played longer though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, no disrespect to Stan Jonathan, another guy that was a fucking fire hydrant.
But I mean, I don't mean he's necessarily tougher. I mean, obviously they never fought each other. Well, I don't think they fought on different teams. But O'Reilly, Jonathan, I mean, Neely's up there too.
Yeah, he is.
LB, Lyndon Byers.
LB's up there. Jay Miller's up there. You got to get obviously Sean Thornton.
Thornty.
Got to give Jay Miller some credit.
Yeah, Jay Miller was tough.
Nevin Marquardt.
Yeah, he was for his size. He could trap for his size. Yeah, but yeah, I would say. I mean, I'll probably O'Reilly because the first like iteration of the Bruins I fell in love with was the Lunch Pail AC game because like I don't pretend I saw it, but Bobby was gone by 76.
But a lot of people don't. A lot of people forget, dude. A lot of people like casual fans might look at Terry O'Reilly and be like, "Yeah, he was our fighter, dude." The guy was making all-star teams.
Oh, he was
like he was netting 20 goals a year. Like these guys could play.
Do you remember when he fucking slapped the referee?
I love that. I love it so much. I love that clip so fucking much. It's awesome.
I think he had 10 games for it. Like
worth it.
Bitch slapped. Fucking,
worth it.
I don't know if it was Andy Van Helm on, but yeah.
Yeah, well, that guy should fucking have his head on a swivel. That was worth it.
He get canceled. He get fucking canceled nowadays. Just smack
threw him out of the fucking league. Are you kidding me? What was I gonna say? Shit. Oh, I fucking totally drew a blank on this. Oh, give me I want your top 5 Do you want me to give me your? Do you want me to give you my top 5 Boston movies, or do you want to go first?
You go first.
Okay, you want me to go first? Yeah. Okay, so number 5, I'm gonna come in with The Departed.
Okay.
The Departed's gonna be number 5 for me. I think it's well acted. It's long. Don't get me wrong, and the ending is like a little bit cicada for me, to use an Italian term here.
What's that word mean?
It's like a little kind of all over the place and a little bit whatever. Not all over the place. The fact that like literally everybody dies except like Mark Wahlberg's character.
Spoiler alert.
Well, hey, if you haven't seen The Departed from 2006.
I'm fucking joking.
Second, I'm going to go with, fourth, I'm going to go with, this is kind of tough. The Fighter doesn't count because it's not a Boston movie. You're right. It's not a Boston fucking movie.
Disrespect the load.
It is. You can't be doing that shit. You just can't fucking be doing it. What do I put it for here? Feel free to give me your 5.
I'm actually because I actually wrote a blog about it. That's why I was gonna pull my blog up.
Okay, do that.
Let me see if when I wrote it. Actually, fucking. Let me see if I can thingy coming up here. Let me see. Blah blah blah. Hold on. Boston movies. Blah blah blah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I changed the order from when I wrote it. When they wrote it. Oh yeah, here it is. Oh yeah. Oh, thanks, buddy. Yeah. Here's the definitive list. I did top 10 Boston movies, and I probably would have maybe...
You put some oldies in here, though. You put in the fucking Friends of Eddie Kane and all that, that Coin and whatever the fucking...
Friends of... Fucking right, I did.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. You just went down the fucking...
Friends of Eddie Coyle, right. All right, I'll do the top 5 off of this. Yeah. Wow, I thought I had Eddie Coyle high. Number 5, Friends of Eddie Coyle. Fucking great fucking... the original Boston gangster movie, you see a lot of the town's DNA in it too.
Really?
Absolutely, yeah. Robert Mitchum, one of his best performances. He's one of the fucking great actors.
Mitchum.
Oh, he's so fucking good. And then they filmed scenes at the Garden, during the Bruins game, because he's like number 4, Bobby Orr. They were legit at the game. You see them fucking on the ice.
Yeah.
And what else was in that? Peter Boyle was in it. Dude, you never seen it?
I've never seen it.
Yeah,
no.
It's fucking good flick. It kind of presaged, I guess, the era of the rat in this town. Because fucking everybody became a rat at a certain point. I have Mystic River number 4.
Okay, Mystic River was outside
my
top.
daughter in there.
Yeah, I usually have Mystic River outside my top 5. Typically, I like Mystic River a lot. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
I do like Mystic River a lot.
It's a dark movie.
It is very dark. It comes right out of the gate. If you watch Mystic River in the first fucking 2 scenes of the movie, you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
We're really getting into this shit. All right, cool. We're going down that road. Continue though.
A couple tough accents in it though.
Yes,
it's wild how tough the Boston accent is. You could have.
And Kevin Bacon ends up in every single movie. I feel like Kevin Bacon's been in 3 Boston movies at this point. Mystic River. He was in Patriots Day. I'm not a fan of Patriots Day at all. I'm not going to lie to you. I wasn't a fan. Did not think it was very good at all.
Yeah, wasn't. Are you thinking of the TV show on Showtime?
City on a Hill. Sorry. Yeah, there we go. Yep.
But Laura Linney, great actress, tremendous actress.
Sure.
Boston accent,
brutal.
Mystic River.
Yep.
That wasn't happening.
Fucking brutal.
I get The Departed. Departed number 3, which I'm saying that out loud. I'm like, did I really? Number 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
Oh, well, fuck. You got Good Will Hunting up that high?
Really? Again, dude, if I wrote this today,
that's high for Good Will.
Well,
I don't think Good Will Hunting is aged well for me.
Why not?
I don't know. I love Robin Williams. I like Robin Williams the most out of anybody in the movie. Yeah, it's
come on,
it's tough. Wait a minute. So this means this list is already fucked. So my 1 and 2, my 1 is The Town, my 2 is Gone Baby Gone. One of them isn't up there.
Okay, well, I don't have Gone Baby Gone in my top 5.
Oh, come on.
You know what my number 1 is.
Yeah, it's got to be The Town.
Yeah,
The Town is it's the perfect Massachusetts Boston movie, whatever.
Plus, my hometown, I'm a fucking extra in it. It's
you're also in it. Yeah, you also had a starring role in it. To be honest with you, R.A.'s the cook. In the back of the bar that they're in.
You don't even fucking...
It's in what we call a blink and you miss it.
Yeah, no, blink and you if you see it, it's just a fucking white blob in a mirror. But but what's great is that Entertainment Tonight was on set. They took another picture, and you can see me playing his day with Blake Lively right in front of me. So
I did not think she was bad in that movie, by the way.
Why? People thought she was bad.
Yeah,
in it?
people think she sucks in the movie. I don't think she's bad at all. I think her accent's fine.
You want a snapper?
Yeah, I honest to God didn't fucking. This will be a clip for the pod for like the the clips for the clip gang. Hot take maybe. I did not think Blake Lively was bad in The Town. I thought she was actually pretty good. However, she was not better than the mother from Gone Baby Gone.
Oh, Amy Ryan.
That girl's got the best Boston accent I've ever heard in a movie.
She's
fucking
great.
ever.
Yeah, she was she was on fucking The Wire too, right? Amy Ryan.
I think so, but she's also like another Broadway actress. She's big on Broadway.
Yeah, she hasn't done anything.
No, that's what I'm saying, which is
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
I know, it's fucking crazy.
Actually, you know who the fourth buddy is in Good Will Hunting?
Cole Hauser, yeah, he's on
Okay,
fucking Yellowstone now, right?
Yeah,
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
He barely talks in Good Will Hunting too, which is good. Like, good for him for like making the long run out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. The Town I had number 1. Yeah.
Okay. Trying to think of what did I forget anything? What's my 3 and 4 then? By that logic.
I have Monument Ave. Do you ever see What Doesn't Kill You? It was like.
No, but I heard this movie's oddly good.
I liked it. I actually had it here. I don't know if I was just trying to be fucking different or whatever, because like. I don't know if it's really a top 10 Boston movie, but I don't know.
You know what? I could probably put Good Will Hunting at 5 and put The Departed at 4. Now I just need a 3, which I for some reason can't think of.
Yeah, What Doesn't Kill You? I had Monument Ave 9. Gone Baby Gone I had 8.
Okay.
Spotlight 7.
Okay.
And then The Verdict 6.
Okay.
Paul Newman, you ever see it?
No.
Fucking dynamite movie. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's not like an action type movie. It's something. It's called The Verdict. It's about a court case. But they filmed it all in Boston. They filmed it in Southie. He plays like an ambulance chase lawyer.
Oh, really?
And he gets a case. It's like basically he could get like an easy payout. It's the church. It's an archdiocese hospital. It's like Catholic hospitals. And there was a woman who was getting treated and ended up in a coma. And I'm not gonna. I hate spoiling movies. I don't care how old they are. But like he takes on the case and like he's this kind of like loser, like drunk lawyer, and then like he takes this different case on and fucking his Newman. Did he get that? I think he won fucking Oscar that year for it. It's an awesome fucking movie.
He won it for The Color of Money too, didn't he?
No, I know he was nominated for The Verdict. Maybe he didn't win. He's definitely nominated, but you actually know who's fucking.
We need more Paul Newman. We don't got Paul Newmans anymore, man.
Oh, man.
You don't got Paul Newmans anymore. You just don't.
It. What a hunk, dude. Look,
that guy was a fucking
cool
stud.
hair Luke, slap shot.
The Hustler.
Not
the Hustler.
The Hustler. The Sting.
The Sting.
Butch Cassidy, Sundance Kid.
We need to do. Oh, that reminds me. Top 5 hockey movies. You just said. Oh, well, Slapshot. We're talking about Paul Newman. That just brought me back there. All right. My top 5 hockey movies, okay? I'm going to go with number 1 is going to be Miracle for me, okay? Number 2 is probably going to be D2 The Mighty Ducks. Just a childhood thing for me. That's my favorite Mighty Ducks movie, whatever. Number 3 is going to be Mystery Alaska. Number 4 is probably going to be... This one's a little bit tough. I don't want to say Youngblood. I might have to put Slapshot there. And then number 5...
Might have to put Slapshot number 4?
No, I don't love Slapshot. I don't love Slapshot.
Really?
I don't love it. I like Slapshot. I don't love it.
Fucking check, please.
That's fucking funny. I'm trying to think of what I put at 5, RA, god damn it. You know what? You could put Goon there. You could put Goon at 5. Just because it's got like a good story. Like I don't
true story, based on true story.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I don't hate Goon. I like Goon. I'll put Goon at 5.
Guy from Doug Smith, guy from someone on the South Shore.
Never, no shit.
Yeah, he never played. I don't think he played to like hockey till like high school or even after high school.
Oh, really?
But he had a knack for fighting. He ended up fucking playing in the AHL. He didn't play the NHL, but guy who didn't even play high school.
No, a guy who didn't play high school hockey made it to the AHL is absolutely fucking absurd.
I want to say maybe Hanover. So, anyways, a buddy of his wrote a book. It wasn't like a bestseller or nothing. And Jay Baruchel and Evan Goldberg bought the rights to it.
Yeah.
And turned it into
That's
Goon.
fucking unreal.
Yeah, I actually went to the premiere of it down in New York City.
Really?
When it come out, I met the Hanson brothers that night. Got a picture
legit?
Dude, it was like fucking meeting.
What do they do now? Just public appearances.
Yeah, they don't. I don't know if they do them all together anymore. Like they ended up making like 9 slap shots, all of which went fucking
straight to video besides the second one.
Dude, when I met him, when I was talking to him, I was like, it was like meeting fucking Han Solo and fucking Luke Skywalker. I mean, I grew up fucking watching Slapshot, and we were talking, and I was like, oh, and then I goes, oh, I love the movie. He goes, oh, but that's, and I goes, that second one, and I was like, oh my god, I was like, because they're in it. Like I like slightly shit on the sequel, and like I bit my tongue right away because like they kind of laughed because it's it's not a good fucking sequel.
No, it blows.
But I felt like an asshole for half a second. But no, they're great guys, dynamite guys. All right, top 5 hockey movies. All right, Slapshot's number 1. We'll go that off the hop.
Okay.
Let's see. I'll go probably Miracle 2.
Okay.
See,
if you got a list, by the way, chime in after this.
yeah. Basically, I probably maybe Goon 3. Trying to think of what might be better.
Respectable.
Because like I'm not a huge Mystery Alaska fan. I wasn't.
I like it. I just like I like the setting. I like the story. Characters are pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I like it. It is what it is. Like, it's just a simple, fun hockey movie. Like, it's cool.
And like, well, people like, when I tell them I'm like, I'm not a Mighty Ducks fan. Like, not like, what? I'm like, because I was fucking 21 when it came out.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, I watched it for probably 10 years ago for the first time. I mean, I get it. If I was a kid, I would have loved the thing too.
Yeah,
but
right.
It doesn't.
No,
none
it
of my
came out
top
when you were
5.
fucking 37.
All right, so it's Slapshot, Miracle, say Goon. Probably Youngblood's kind of. I mean, it's cheesy and all.
It's so fucking cheesy.
It is, but it's fucking
it's
so funny.
80s. It's not even funny. I feel like it's just it might be the most 80s movie of all time, to be honest with you. Well, Top Gun, but
Are you a Top Gun fan?
no, not the first one. I didn't love the first. I know you don't like the first one.
Yeah,
either.
I was fucking.
The second one,
surprised.
I love Top Gun Maverick was absolutely incredible.
Oh,
it's so much better than the first one. It's not even funny.
Well, we won't do documentaries. Well, we'll do regular movies because there's some real good hockey documentaries, but they should be separate.
Ice
category.
Guardians, I loved.
Fucking dynamite. I was going to them like because there's not like a fucking ton of hockey movies, right?
There really is. There's like 7.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I just fucking where the hell is it? Goon 2 is good, dude. Well, it's not really a hockey movie, but you ever see The Cutting Edge?
No.
Oh, you know, sorry.
No.
Oh, it's fucking cheesy romantic comedy. DB Sweeney, he plays a hockey. He's an Olympic hockey player, but he gets hurt or he can't play. He gets injured. He can't fucking play hockey anymore. So he becomes a figure skater with Moira Kelly. It's like classic. I think actually in the '90s it come out, but it's like a cheesy '80s movie, and they become like figure skating partners.
That's fucking
It's
funny.
like it's just one of those like if it's on, I get roped in. So it's not really. It's more of a figure skater movie, I guess, but. Yeah, so I just gave my 5.
Last question.
Yeah.
Before we wrap the pod, who's got the best jersey in the NHL? I got my pick.
I mean, I've been saying it forever, even though I'm still scarred from 23.
This could be a jersey from like any era.
The
like a third jersey. It could be fucking anything.
Blackhawks red jerseys.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been saying that forever. It just fucking can't. Be
I love the Kings '90s jersey.
Wow, which specifically?
The Gretzky ones.
Oh yeah, when they
love those
redid them,
with
yeah,
like
those
just
are
like
nice,
the Kings with the crown underneath. Love that shit. That was my personal. I love their uniforms now. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, the Blackhawks. Yeah, that's always been my favorite.
And as far as like an alternate jersey, the Flames one from like 03, the Jerome McGinley Flames. It was like a black alternate jersey with the horse with the flames coming out of the nostrils.
Fucking terrible, yeah. I didn't like that one.
Why?
I don't know.
I love the Stars Constellation one too, by the way.
Oh, what they used to call it the Mooterus.
Yeah, whatever the fuck it was.
The Mooterus, yeah.
I love that jersey for some reason. I don't know why. You got a pick?
Easy.
What the fuck is wrong with you? The Habs have the best jersey in the NHL?
Yes, hands down. Like, without a doubt. They haven't changed it in 120 years. Like,
It's like a nice old school jersey. I don't think it's the best in the NHL.
No,
Do you have a pick? Yeah, it's true.
I like the
Oregon Ducks football jersey.
I like the Oregon Ducks hockey jerseys if you haven't seen those.
I'm assuming they're fine.
They're gas. Yeah. They have like the Oregon Duck like on the fucking jersey with like a little hat on, and they're like that Oregon green. Dude, sick. Sick. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I like the Seattle fucking
Kraken
yeah,
ones?
the Kraken.
I do like those jerseys. I gotta say,
and I'm fucking glad that. Well, I don't know if the NHL let them do it. I don't know what the parameters are named, but I'm just like glad that a team fucking finally went outside the box. Like of all the teams before, so many boring names. Like the Golden Knights, boring name. The Wild.
the Golden Knights is a shitty name.
The
I'm
Blue
not gonna lie,
Jackets,
yeah.
the Predators. There's such generic names. It's spelled like
No, the Predators is kind of cool. The Blue Jackets is different.
well, yeah, but it's just like
It's
okay,
got some meaning too.
It,
with,
it
like,
does,
the-
but
like,
it does.
like
I get it. It's like the Civil War Jackets from Asia, but it's like it's a fucking hockey team. I mean, like you know what I mean? It's just like I get your it's an homage, whatever, but you're a fucking hockey team, man. It's like
They've also struggled with like jerseys.
Yeah,
They
well,
they need something like more definite and
Yeah.
like definitive. I don't think they've really found. They had that one jersey with the cannon on it that was like all right. It was like a third jersey.
Just like the fucking name, just shitty generic names. But that's why when the Kraken come out, it was like it was fucking new. It was something
The
different.
worst jersey in the NHL, I think, currently is the Wild's away jersey is fucking gross to look at with the red numbers on the back. That looks like shit.
Oh, okay, all right.
Those look like shit. I also like the Wild name a little bit. I do like the name. I'm not gonna lie.
I like
it
the-
also
I
it
like
also took me 20 years to realize that it's a bear's head.
2 for 1. They don't. It's not actually. They don't say what kind of animal it is. That it's not necessarily a bear or because it could be a cat, like a wild cat. I'm telling you.
Right.
No, it could be. But
Oh, it's not like
but
anything.
But it's a 2 for 1 thing. It's the bear head, but like the scene
With
within
the
it
scene,
too.
yeah, I never
but
realized that. So it's like
yeah.
the Milwaukee Brewers fucking glove logo.
Well, like so, Predator's the name, which is kind of generic. But you know how they got their logo?
Was it didn't they find like fossils there or something like
when
that?
When they
right?
were when they were digging up the fucking earth to build Bridgestone, they found a bunch of fucking fossils. Actually, and they found like almost like fully intact fucking saber-tooth tiger head. Like I took
That's fucking sick.
It's
I'm not
when
gonna
you
lie.
see it, you're like okay,
That's cool.
They,
you know
that's
what? If
exactly
they were
why
smart,
they did
they'd
it.
have that like on display in the arena.
They do. That's why.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, that's what.
Oh,
I
that's
find
sick.
the picture.
Nah, that's cool.
Yeah, I don't know if it's on like a
Their
public
uniform
area.
is way too yellow. Yellow is never
yellow,
a good
yeah.
idea to have as a primary like color on your shit.
Like,
I don't care what anybody says.
Dude, like where do you stand on the Pooh Bear?
Love the Pooh Bear.
Oh, fuck, bro.
Love the Pooh Bear. I
fucking-
like the Meth Bear too.
Oh, the Beth Bear, fuck, of course, but the
Meth Bear is
Pooh Bear
awesome.
looks like just a big pussy. Like he's like, it's like a little fucking.
I don't know. Yeah, but then at
Pussy
that point,
bear.
so does the Cubs logo.
Well, I don't fuck the Cubs. Who cares?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm just saying, fucking. But also bad jersey. Both of them, Winnipeg. They're fucking horrible. What is that face?
I like Winnipeg's.
Why? They look like a men's league jersey. They're not clean. The numbers look weird. They got to go back to the original ones from the '80s. Just bring those back.
Yeah, well, but I think Arizona, I think, owns the rights to them technically because the fucking Winnipeg fucking Jets became the Coyotes.
That's
so-
stupid though. So
well-
they have to do a whole different thing. The
well-
logo's terrible.
Yeah,
With
no,
that stupid jet with
they-
the Canadian leaf in the back.
And they should have done something else too. I mean, like you've had the Jets 17 times there. I mean, I know they're fucking obsessed with it.
By the way,
but
I don't care what anybody says. The NHL really thinks they're going to relocate to Atlanta for the third time and have that work.
it's gonna
I don't
happen.
know what business smoking during the podcast, but he is on a different planet.
No,
if he
dude,
thinks that's going to work.
It's gonna happen. They're gonna expand again, and there's gonna be a team in Atlanta in a few years.
No, that's a fucking horrible idea. I'm sorry, that's so bad.
No,
Why?
I know they're 0 for 2, but like obviously the first one was the 70s. I think it just whatever at the time it wasn't working. The Thrashers bad ownership for fucking it just. I mean, it didn't have any fucking inroads to the community, but they just built a new stadium.
They had
out.
fucking horrible uniforms too. Besides that alternate jersey that was the blue,
blue
with the
one,
baby
yeah,
blue.
yeah.
That
Yeah.
one was fucking cool. Everything else was ass.
Yeah, what is it? What Birds of Prey in Atlanta? You had Thrashers, Falcons, and fucking Hawks.
Hawks, right? Yeah, that actually.
Yeah.
Well, what the fuck is the Thrasher though?
No, it's a bird.
Oh, that's
of
a
prey,
bird.
Yeah, bird.
Oh, is it really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Also, Salt Lake City, Utah. I'm like,
Yeah, they'll if.
they're really trying for that, and I'm like,
Oh,
I
it's gonna,
don't
yeah.
know.
I'm shocked that they're gonna expand again, but like I mean,
I don't think they need to expand
They
it. The
don't-
league's
they don't
watered
need-
down enough.
they don't need to. But you know what? You know who wants it? All the other owners who get to split the expansion fees. The players don't get any of that shit. And the expansion fees, they're probably going to be
so
fucking.
fucking
They're probably
stupid.
going to be $500 million probably next. Actually, no. The last team was $500 million. They're probably going to be close to a fucking $750 million expansion fee, and then all the fucking owners just divvy it up. Fucking thank you. So.
That is so
Yeah,
stupid, man.
But I mean, I've talked we talked to Weeksy and Bucci about it. They're pretty fucking adamant. That
why
there's
will they
gonna
not put a team in like I don't know Madison, Wisconsin?
because
what's
it's
the deal
Madison,
with that?
Wisconsin, and you need corporate dollars, you need all that shit. You need to like. That's why people like talk about Quebec. I'm like, the NHL is never going back to Quebec. The economics just aren't
Really?
feasible. No, they just don't have the fucking. You need that corporate money. Like
Those people fucking suck too.
Winnipeg's struggling right now actually because like it's not like the most happening.
No one
town.
wants to play in Winnipeg. I feel like
that and a lot of guys do, but it's season ticket holders are dropping like flies. They have very little corporate sponsorship there.
Really?
I guess Bettman's going up there this weekend. That's how fucking serious it is for
and they're like the second best team in the league.
right now. Yeah, they got a good team. And
That's
dude,
insane.
know what Winnipeg's like low key known for, sneaky known for? Lots of hot chicks. Winnipeg.
A lot of trim in Winnipeg.
A lot of hot chicks.
A lot of talent.
Yeah, I've never been there. I'm what I've heard. Yeah.
No shit. I didn't
Yeah.
know there was trim up in Winnipeg like that. That's crazy.
Yeah, well, yeah, Winnipeg.
What are you hearing in the Bruins trade rumor mill? If anything at all, to close this up?
Honestly, I tell people believe hardly anything you hear. The Bruins, they usually do something nobody has them doing, and everybody. I mean, you know who to follow online. I mean, there's some people just throw names out there and start rumors, no names, but people do that. And then some people do get like legit scoops and they'll throw them out there. With the Bees, I just say expect the unexpected. I mean, I like to see them pick up.
You have to think they have to make a move.
No, they will. I mean, they don't have a ton of fucking stuff to give picks to give up with, but I mean, what do they need? Some depth scoring. I don't think they need.
I think they need a
defenseman.
second line center and one more D man.
Yeah, I mean, I'd get another top six guy, and I mean, do they need another D man though? I mean, they get.
Yeah, I think they need a big guy on D. They need. You know what they've been missing since Chara retired? A big, nasty, physical veteran defenseman.
Forbort.
No, fucking absolutely not. I like Forbes, but like no chance.
Yeah, so I think a little bit of fucking top six, middle six scoring depth, but I mean, they're fucking third overall in the league right now. I don't think they need too much.
They got Danton Heinen on a fucking veteran minimum contract.
Yeah,
playing
I mean,
on the first line.
And I don't know if you heard after last season how the disaster it was. Nick Foligno was on with Cam and Strick, and he had a pretty good point. Like they were asked like what happened last year, and he says it's almost like we went out and made too many moves. You know what I mean? They did make a shitload of moves, and then Monty fucking didn't. I felt obligated to put everybody in or whatever, and just the fucking rotation got all fucked up. It was an interesting point though, the idea.
Yeah, that is an interesting point.
That
to
they
be
made
honest
too many
with you.
fucking
Yeah,
guys.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I thought Orlov was fucking awesome last year.
Yeah, he was in the playoffs.
He was a great pickup. Hathaway didn't do shit. But whatever.
Yeah. I mean,
what was I gonna say though? I guess we'll see. This is really the only thing I don't like as a closing point is people who try and sit there and say like the Bruins window is closing. The only really old guy on the team is Marchand.
I said that last year, but I'm happy to be wrong about it.
I mean, you still got Pasternak, Zacha, Jake DeBrusk, McAvoy.
I mean, the two goalies.
Ullmark's older, but like Swayman.
Yeah, but still, yeah.
Like you still have a great core, 5 or 6 guys.
Rebuild on
Coyle,
the fly, and
yeah.
they'll have cap money opening up. The cap's going up, and players like to come to Boston. Players,
They do.
So yeah, future's good. I mean, it's not fucking fucking shining bright, but I'm not worried about it.
I'd like to see them get like somebody like a Tanev or a Hannafin. I think that's gonna happen. No.
Yeah, but I mean, those are probably two of the biggest names out there right now. I'd say, but I don't know. Like I say, they always seem to get someone that people don't expect.
You think you see Lucic back?
No.
Even though the Chargers got dropped and shit.
I don't think you'll ever see him play in the NHL again.
Really?
Yeah.
Even though they dropped the Chargers?
Yeah. Even though they dropped the Chargers, they did, but I mean, they.
At this stage in his career, I guess.
Why? I mean, he's only on a year contract. I think the Bruins, if they didn't have a history with him, they might have already waived him if it was a different guy or whatever. But yeah, I mean, again, the Chargers were dropped, but he did get arrested. There was a 911 call, and I know that it was done innocent before proven guilty. That's it for the trial, but we're talking about just in a general sense. The fact that the cops arrested him, I think. Boston
we do
cops,
have some inside info, by the way, that we will get into off the record.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that let's say I don't know what happened, but I think the fact that the Bruins ain't putting him back in the lineup. I think I think probably something nothing nice happened, maybe, if anything. And I mean, in this day and age, you don't want. I mean, regardless
No.
of the charges
I hope the best.
You don't want to be
comes
anything
from-
anywhere near any of that shit, you know. And
I just hope the best comes from.
yeah,
it,
I mean, you obviously, if you hate to see anyone have those problems in their family, whether drinking or abuse, whatever. But you know, you just fucking, I don't know, wish them the best. But no, I don't think you'll ever see him in the NHL again.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
With that being said, that's gonna wrap this episode of Shut Up, Mark. Razor, thank you for coming on. Appreciate you.
Razor?
I just said Razor, R.A.
I was
Razor.
like, what am I,
I'm
fucking
just
Andrew
throwing it.
Raycroft? No, my
Andrew
pleasure, buddy.
Oh, that's right. Andrew Raycroft is Ray. Never mind. Scratch Razor.
Ooh.
Appreciate you coming on, brother.
My pleasure.
Glad you had a good time. I had a great time. It's a great episode.
Let's go eat.
Yeah. Absolutely. Let's have a bite. That's this episode of Shut Up, Mark, brought to you by Dave's Hot Chicken, brought to you by Top Dog Law. Thank you to our sponsors. See you on the next episode.
You got any weed?